Welcome back to Talk of the Town. Well, it is a new year, and that means changes, and that might mean changes in a new health insurance plan and our prescription insurance as well. Here to help us sort through some facts and make sense of the jargon is Eric Hewitt. He's the owner and pharmacist over at Medicine Shoppe Pharmacy in Monona. Thanks for coming in today, Eric.
Thanks again for having me back.
Alrighty. So what are some of the biggest changes that are occurring in the prescription insurance right now?
Sure. A lot of times after the first of the year, a lot of things start over. Sometimes people get completely brand new plans. A lot of plans out there will just simply start over for the new year. The things that usually start over is a deductible. Deductibles happen to be the amount of money that the patient pays out of pocket when they come in. A lot of times that could be anywhere from a couple $100 to $1,000, something like that. So what that means is when you come in to pay for your prescriptions, rather than having the co-pays or no co-pays that you may have had at the end of the year, those deductibles or spend downs can start over and renew for the new year.
Spend downs, what does that mean?
Yep. So a spend down is very similar to a deductible. There's one particular plan out there called Wisconsin Senior Care for some seniors, and it's income based. So spend downs typically is just an amount of money, again, that you pay out of pocket that you spend down until you get your co-pays back or potentially a deductible started.
Okay, and that starts over with the new year?
It can, yep. If an insurance company has their year that goes, on a calendar year, then that would. Senior care, it can be any month depending on the individual patient. But yes, to start the year for the sake of what we're talking about today, a lot of times that does start over at the first of the year.
All right, so you're behind that counter helping folks learn where they fall in this new year, I suppose.
Unfortunately, yes, we get to be the one to be, sometimes the bearer of bad news for the price of their medications.
Right. What types of insurances are affected by this?
Well, a couple of the big ones, there are commercial insurances. So, your insurance, my insurance may start over after the first of the year. But the big thing for a lot of seniors out there is Medicare Part D. So that's the prescription drug portion of Medicare. Those all go on a calendar year basis, so those start over at the first of the year. Also, anybody on Obamacare, those are first of the year plans, so that's when their plan year runs.
All right. And what can you advise patients? What can they do to help in this transition?
The best thing you can do is if you have questions, you can call your insurance company, and that does require some looking ahead planning. They have that information. They can tell you, and I know they send you packets of information that's not a very fun read,
yeah.
And quite lengthy, but those kinds of things are explained out. So, if you don't want a surprise the first time you come in to see me at the first of the year, those kinds of things are explained, and you can always call the insurance company to get more questions asked.
But you're right, plan ahead for being on hold for maybe a little while.
Absolutely.
Otherwise,
yeah.
It sounds like you're pretty well versed in a lot of the plans out there.
Pharmacy has turned into something like that, and it's not something necessarily that as pharmacists we went to school for, but it's something that we deal with on a daily basis. And a lot of times it's hard to get that information. The doctors don't know. Sometimes insurance agents don't really deal with the health insurance portion. So pharmacists by default sometimes get to be the ones that, are the people that you're talking to and saying, why is my copay so high, or, things like that. So we get, kind of well versed in it, absolutely.
Wow. So if you don't mind me asking, what about flex spending accounts or some of the HSAs, health savings accounts?
Yeah, those can start over too. Again, it depends on the commercial insurance's plan year. Sometimes those, have a different fiscal year depending on maybe the company that you work for, their fiscal year. But a lot of times those are calendar years. So those oftentimes are replenished and renewed at the first of the year as well. So that is something that can start over as well.
All righty. If folks have additional questions, obviously they can contact their insurance company.
Yep.
Where else can they go?
I always, again, I'm going to put in my plug for independent pharmacy because that's something, that I really believe in. That's what we do at the Medicine Shoppe. And so we oftentimes, like we had mentioned before, are a resource for people. And we do deal with this on a daily basis in a variety of plans. So I always recommend having that dialogue with your pharmacist. Even though I can't affect when that deductible starts over, how much money it's going to cost you, at least I can go through it and explain it where you are comfortable with it and understand what's going on for the upcoming year.
Good to know. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, sure.
This is Eric Hewitt. He's from the Medicine Shoppe Pharmacy in Monona. And that's it for our program. program today. Thanks, Eric. Thanks to all of our guests. And from all of us at CW, Happy New Year. We look forward to you joining us throughout 2016.